Oh, alright. So, I wanted to do initially a Steelcase collection video, which I will still do shortly, but I realized, hey, I kind of have slipcases as well, and slash digibooks. Digibooks being, usually it's a kind of maybe cardboard or book-like cover with like a book inside. I'll show one mild examples along this video. So I'm kind of going to go in alphabetical order, but also not really, because my alphabet starts, like, has directors as well, so it's a little mixed. So let's just kind of chuck through them, because we actually have a lot of different styles as well. So let's give it a go. First one we have is Akira on Blu-ray and DVD. The slipcase just kind of reveals what's already underneath. Just kind of a cool little mixture with a nice poster kind of thing on the back. Nothing much else to it. It's the 20th anniversary. Pretty good, nicely weighted, has a book inside as well. Next up we have Prometheus, which is in the Alien collection. Again, slipcase isn't much, it's just what we've already got, but this also is the Blu-ray, 2D, Blu-ray, DVD, and digital copy edition, so it's like the collector's edition version. Doesn't really have much on the back, it's more glossy and shiny, as you can see there. And that's pretty much all there is to it. There's not really much else that you don't already see naturally. Next up is a different variation, Amazon Women on the Moon. This one, in fact, is still a slipcase, but it's not the regular top to bottom, it's actually side to side. So it's still the same kind of split deal. However, it's more of a booklet, but still a slipcase. This being from the Cult Cinema collection. Next up we have Isle of Dogs. This is in my Wes Anderson collection. Again, I was hoping for something different underneath. That's usually what you get when you get a slipcase, so it's unfortunately nothing special. I was hoping for the variation one of all the dogs and all the characters, but unfortunately it's just what you get. Still, the slipcase is quite nice. These ones are tricky to say as to whether they count or not, but they still are the same kind of slipcase design. So this is a part of my Batman collection. You have Batman the animated series and the television series. However, they have still two kind of variations. So the animated series is not much in terms of two different variations of the cover, with the back cover. Actually, no, they kind of are still quite unique. Now that I look at it, you've got Batman the Joker, you've got Robin and Two-Face. They're still nicely done. It's something different to the actual, I'd call this a slipcase because it still is a casing that they slide into. And it's a nice little kind of collector's kind of design booklet. It doesn't come with much else outside of just the shows itself, same as the Batman TV series. The Batman TV series more or less shows you what you're going to get on the actual covers, but the covers themselves are still ultimately quite unique. As the first season, you have the Penguin. On the back, you have the Riddler. The second season, you have Catwoman. On the back, you have Egyptian Man. I don't know who he is. And the third season, you have the Joker. But on the back, you have the directors, I guess. I don't know who they are. So that's just like a little fun double point of a collection to put together. The first in many of the Criterion release I have, Criterion collection video, probably coming next year, because I'm waiting for a very big package to arrive. This is the Before trilogy, written and directed by Richard Linklater. These are actually much more unique in their packaging. It's a regular Criterion-like box with a unique style on the outside, whereas each three on the inside, you've got Before Sunrise, which actually has the booklet in it. Again, regular kind of outside design. Before Sunset, which has the much older, of course, reflecting each film and their progression, and Before Midnight. Each of these actually getting smaller and smaller, mostly because, actually, Before Midnight and Before Sunset are the same size. The only difference between Sunrise is the fact that it has the booklet that details all these other little things. And they quite nicely match as well with the colors and the films, and, you know, this early sun, what it looks like when you get sunrise, sunset, and midnight. So their colours really well match. Them going back into their box is kind of a nightmare. I'm kidding. It's good, but it's a nice like array of colours that really reflect each film. Next up, we have Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. This is the 4K still booklet. Again, still just same cover underneath, but I actually just bought this and it came like this in the mail. It's one of those many deliveries you get where you buy it and the DVD comes in plastic, but the slipcase is just also there, so the slipcase is put on top. It can get a little damage, which is annoying, but it's nice and glossy and shiny, and I like it. Next up, we have Better Call Saul Season 2, which actually has the same... This is a JB exclusive, so it's still the same look on the inside and the outside, but it's nice to have it as a slipcase. The others don't come in slipcase form, which, of course, for continuity factors is kind of annoying, but that's sometimes what they do with TV shows when they have certain exclusives at JB or other websites. Next up, we have an Australian film. Very unique cover, Body Melt. Literally the cover is actually why I bought it, because it was just kind of unique. Like, you have all the character profiles and what they look like in their most monstrous forms. But it's more like posed as an ad for the actual film, like an ad for the drug. But then the inside is, for once, it's different, which is really cool. Now, some people might know that Arrow videos in particular, this isn't an Arrow video release, but some Arrow videos actually have the original. So, just like this one, it has the artwork that you see on the box on the inside. So you can flip it around if you want, but I figured because of how unique that picture in itself looks, I kind of just wanted to keep it like that. And the slipcase is quite nice. It has a little pocket as well on the side. So it's a nice little package in and of itself, and a pretty decent film too. Next up, still a slipcase. It is the Mel Brooks collection. Again, just regular kind of thing. This is the Region 8 collection that has 9 of his films, including The 12 Chairs, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, Silent Movie, High Anxiety, History of the World Part 1, To Be or Not to Be, Spaceballs, and Robin Hood Men in Tights. Next up is an actual Arrow release. I've shown this in a previous video before, which I did a review for, is the Candyman box set, which comes with, of course, the Blu-ray, which has the alternate artwork on the inside, and a booklet as well. Pretty nice hardcover design. Arrow does a lot of these kind of releases, and we will see more of them later in this video. I mean, they're kind of slipcases, but not really. I do actually have 2 more Carpenter slipcases for The Fog and Escape New York, but they're more or less box sets, so feel free to check out my box set video where I actually look into more of those. Another slipcase we have is the Halloween, the 4K remaster. Now, you can't exactly see it, but there's more of a glossier feel on this, more rougher, which is quite nice. It is, of course, the original artwork and does replicate itself on the base, but hey, at least it isn't just Michael Myers standing there. It does have your regular back cover stuff, and ultimately is probably one of my favorite slipcases because it just has this nice glossy effect. In itself, it actually came with like 4 art cards, which is interesting. I don't really see what the point of art cards mostly is, but I mean, I guess you can always hang them on your wall if you like that kind of stuff, so that's cool. Next up, a part of my Jackie Chan collection, we have City Hunter. This is a Eureka video, and the cover is identical. But it's one of those covers that's more or less a mixture of all of the different elements of the film, the car chase, the bad guy, the good guy, and it just kind of tells you what is on the back. It tells you what the plot is. It's a new 2K restoration, that kind of deal, without any real showmanship of anything else. You just get a different color on the inside. Additionally, with my Jackie Chan collection, I also have the Police Story collection and the Project A and Project B collection. Same kind of stuff with Eureka Cinema, and even the Blu-rays themselves aren't... They have their unique designs, more or less. You've got Police Story there, you've got Police Story 2, you've got Project A Part 2, for example. They more or less vary it, but I don't really keep them in their boxes so much because their boxes are rather thick, and it actually takes up space on the actual shelf, which is annoying, but it happens. Next up, we have Climax. This is a Caspar Noé film, I believe. Again, same inside detail stuff. I like the cover with its focus on all of the characters, and the glittering letters. Not as fancy and schmancy as it could be, but it's still a nice Arrow remaster and release. Next up, we have The Color of Pomegranates, which this is I don't even know, like, this is a very unique box set. The disc cover is more detailed on the actual case itself. I don't even know where this one really came from, but it does have a gigantic book in it, which is very thick. It's almost as thick as the case. So that's something, which that goes into a lot of detail in the making of this film. I kind of prefer this cover in this look as it is Region B in comparison to the Criterion version, but the Criterion version still has a nice cover, but no slipcase. Another slipcase TV show I have is Cowboy Bebop, which of course you got your famous dog on the side. And this is just a two-part collection, just kind of combined into one. Here we go, there you go, yeah. Not overly anything extremely special, but a nice little style to it. It feels unique, it feels like a nice encapsulation of the whole entire show. Next up we have Dagon. This is a Beyond Genres collection, which is also another thing I don't like, because it has, as you can maybe see there, it actually says Volume 3, which is kind of annoying because it's in different alphabetical order. They're not all done by the same, like, directors and people. Like, one of the other ones I have is Bride of Reanimator and Beyond Reanimator, which is, again, is a slipcase. It's still a kind of uniquely different cover, but mostly the same in comparison to what you already have. This one's still nice and shiny, though, but this one does have that on the outside. And to be fair, the Beyond Genres do go into that extra length of having, in this case, it has the whole entire short story of Dagon on the inside, which is a Lovecraft story. Doesn't ultimately relate to the film, given that the story is vastly different. This film actually encapsulates more of a different story that H.P. Lovecraft made, but nonetheless, it's a nice slipcase. My only problem is, of course, the fact that it's a volumed series, which is like, it's annoying if you like alphabetical stuff, given how you have, I've got Razorback and a few others that also are completely different numbers, and just is out of chronological number order, which is annoying. I guess I should mention, I don't put all my slipcases in one big collection, because for me, most of them, you know, some of them are TV series and stuff, and some of them are in director's collections, so they don't always have the ability to be in different locations, which sucks. Next up we have Deadpool, which it's just a Christmas edition. There's not really much else. It's just the first film. I got this for my brother for Christmas, so that was just a nice little thing. It kind of sucks it doesn't have the original cover on the inside, but it does have like a Christmas card, so that's like a nice little additional factor to it. Next up we have the Die Hard collection, which actually is a slipcase. You'd be surprised if it'll come out. It doesn't really need to, because at the same time it still is just the same cover on the inside and the outside. It's double the size of a regular Blu-ray, because of course it does in fact have Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Die Hard 4.0, and some film called A Good Day to Die Hard. I've never seen it, I don't know what it's about. I don't know, I think it's a fan film or something. Either way, Die Hard collection's pretty cool. I've still got Die Hard 1 on 4K, but unfortunately it didn't come with the Blu-ray, and I didn't have the rest of them on Blu-ray, so I figured I'd upgrade and get this. Next up is a double collection for cult cinema, which is the Abominable Dr. Phibes and Dr. Phibes Arrives Again. I don't mind this cover per se. It's kind of unique, but at the same time it's just a still from the film, whereas Dr. Phibes Arrives Again is quite unique. I don't think there's any difference between what they actually know. It's the same kind of thing with cult cinema. They just, what they are on the outside is what they are on the inside. It's just the regular kind of stuff, but it's nice to have that extra little booklet look to it. Another cult cinema I have is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I would have gone the Arrow Video Collection version, but I chose not to. But it's nice still. It's nice to have it on Blu-ray and in this kind of a pack. Very nice to have this kind of artwork to it as well. Then we have a more unique one, which is the Fly collection. This is the ultimate collection that actually on the back shows you everything you have to get. It has the Fly 2, which are the obvious remakes, the 80s versions. Then you have the original The Fly, Return of the Fly, and Curse of the Fly. In terms of difference between box set and inside, not much. It's just the same kind of deal. 5 films in one case, as well as, Curse of the Fly is, I think it's standard, like, it's on one of the extra discs. So, yeah, it's not too bad. It's also a nice way to collect the whole entire thing, even though really the only ones that are worth watching is the first of the remakes, the Cronenberg one with Jeff Goldblum, and the original, because the original's a fun little 50s film. So it's nice to see them both and contrast them. Talking about contrasting, Friday the 13th. Not much different in terms of its actual slipcase, but it's, for some reason, it has like a thing where you can move that. I don't know why. It's not too bad. It has Jason with his iconic mask and machete, and then you have the back, which just tells you all the details of all the films. And I like that too. It was a journey to Camp Crystal Lake for 8 times the terrors, the 8 times the scares, and 8 times the horrors. Don't know why they need an S on most of that, because terror and horror can just be singular. Anyway, it's nice. It's not all the films, because there are 10 films, but at the same time, I'm certain I'm doing a video on this sometime soon, talking about the collection. Maybe you should keep an eye out for that. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Next up, we have Spielberg Presents The Goonies. This is the Iconic Moments 1985 box set. Not box set, the slipcase, which is quite nice to have the original art poster and everything. It tells you all the special features and the iconic moments. And then the inside is actually different. It's the regular Blu-ray case, which actually has the original poster and all the little specs and details. So that one feels much nicer in terms of a wrap. You've got your shiny, glossy, golden elements to it that, again, you can even, like, completely reflective almost, in terms of light. So, definitely a nice thing, even the, hey, you guys, and saying that sloth. Just, it feels like this one's made for the fans, you know? Next up, we have the Greasy Strangler, this is the Greasy Down Under 2-disc deluxe edition, presented by Monster Films. This is very weird. It's a weird film. That's the actual cover on the inside. It's mostly nightmarish. Yeah, it's very kind of cartoony as well, which is interesting. And it has an inside to it that's, well, it's a bit naked, so I won't show anymore. So it literally has a penis on the inside, so that's unique, and it is that kind of a weird film. So another one that's more of a book is the premium collection The Haunting from 1963. This is quite nice of a collection as well. It gives you the whole portrait on the back and everything. And the inside's, again, identical, except just not as glossy and all that. So it's a little annoying. Not annoying, it's a little disappointing, but it's a nice cover, so that's really cool. And it's kind of sometimes nice when you have the cover repeated twice. Next, we have Heaven Knows What, which is a Safdie Brothers film, and is part of the Accent collection. This is another one of those films where, if I'm not wrong, oh my god, yeah, it's the same as what's on the outside and the inside, but it's still a nice little slipcase collection. Another Arrow Video one, The Hills Have Eyes, which I probably might create a Craven collection eventually. Again, it has an alternative flip cover and comes with a poster. It's a 4K remaster in a pretty heavy box, with a booklet, not as thick as what we've already seen in the past, but at the same time, nice addition to my collection. Another one which I didn't expect to come in a slipcase is Iron Monkey, which is a Donnie Yen film. It's somewhat similar, but not ultimately dissimilar from the original, with just alternately different colors on the inside, which is very much what Eureka Cinema does. This next one isn't actually mine, and actually hasn't really come out of its plastic per se, like it has, because it's been opened, but yeah, so I don't really know what the difference is, but it's Jane Eyre. It's still a slipcase. I don't really know why. It's Mum's. So, next up we have Jurassic World, because we all like Chris Pratt driving around with dinosaurs. And of course, unpredictably, the inside is identical. It's shiny, I guess, and it's 3D enough, like it's bumpy and stuff, so that's good. You know, lumpy, bumpy. It's pretty good. Now for a decent one that's not lumpy, bumpy per se, but definitely has some glue or something on it. Wow, that's weird. But definitely is quite refractory and shimmery shine. Look at that shine. This is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Crazy. Very nice and shiny. Same on the inside, not much different. Nice purple cover, very iconic 4K remaster. Gorgeous film. Ultimately my only Kubrick one that's in this kind of a design, because this is from the Library of Congress. Again, same inside-outside deal, region A, because it's from the American thing. But it's not bad. It has Fear and Desire and The Seafarers, so it's short stuff, but it's Kubrick, so it adds to my collection of Kubrick films. Then in my Kurosawa collection, this one's a tricky one to say is a slipcase, but at the same time, it really is. This is also a digibook. It's Seven Samurai by Criterion. It is gorgeous. There's not really much I can really say about this outside of it's really well made. It does have a booklet in the middle, so that's a lot of hands worth of stuff, which is nice. So it does open up into two different discs. One being the film, one being the supplements, and just has like an image from the inside of the film. So it's nice. It's a nicely done case, really well put together. Has a nice feel and texture to it. It doesn't feel like plastic. It feels like a book or something. So it's really cool. This is the newest Kurosawa one I got. This is the Yojimbo Sanjuro collection, which is one big case with just two regular versions of each film. This is the Criterion version that I got recently. It's nicely designed. It even has that on the inside, so it's a nice hard case. Not as hard as most other cases. It's again Criterion, so it's not in particular like very dense or hard like Arrow Video or Eureka, but at the same time it's nice, it's thinner, it's just well designed overall. Next up we have The Killing of a Sacred Deer. This, again, poster is the same as the inside, but it's a nice case for the, Curzon Artificial Eye collection, and a very nice film. This is another classic cult cinema, where again the cover is identical to what's already on the inside. It's again what you really get a book on the outside kind of case. It's regular cult cinema. Then we have Legion, the TV series. This is the first season. Funky ass cover. I really like it with all the character portraits there and that little, just interesting and fun. But it also actually came with, because the inside is the same, which is cool because I really like the design. It actually came with this on the outside, which is a 3D thing. I took it off from originally because it used to just kind of get caught on the Blu-ray when I was putting it in this, on the shelf, so I just slipped it inside. Just works really nicely like that. Really good show, by the way. Another cult cinema, Life Force. Not much in terms of differentiation from the inside, but it's just nice. Probably my favorite Criterion, Eraserhead. I love this. The cover is gorgeous. The outside is, again, the back is very Criterion as it is. Inside is quite heavy, actually. It's a very detailed set. You've got one guy there. It's just so much stuff as it is. You've got a monolith of a book, which, again, most of the interviews are taken out of a book I already have, but that's perfectly alright. And then you've got that for the inside, which I think, because you've got his face on the disc, it just has an empty bed on the inside, so It's really nice though. It's only heavy because of the book, but outside of that, I think it's a really nice case. And it's really slim too. Like it's pretty much almost regular Australian size, which is nice. But just a bit slimmer, which is nice. More additions to my David Lynch collection. We have Wild at Heart. Again, inside outside similar. This is a new release from Shout Select. Not a bad release of the Blu-ray. Not much in terms of difference. But it's a nice picture. Not, of course, the original artwork, but pretty still well done. Then you have Twin Peaks: The Entire Mystery. I'm not planning to get the newer collection release because, I mean, as it is, this comes with, it's again identical inside and outside, but it comes with the whole entire show remastered, plus the film and the alternate ending thing, the missing pieces, so it's really pretty perfect in itself. However, there of course still is the limited event series, which I have. This is kind of still a slipcase. I mean, it pretty much is. It's not the big slipcase, but it is Velcro. So you have the multiple versions of Coupe. And it still slips out, and you've got this whole red room look. I don't even need to open it because it all looks the same on the inside. That's a nice thing. I kind of like that it's a Velcro version instead of the regular version. The only probably difference is the fact that this is from England, whereas I don't have the Australian version, which is a much thicker box, which actually properly slips out, but at the same time, I think that one actually slips in half too from the crooked edge, so I don't mind. They're both pretty cool, I like. Next up, we have The Martian Extended Edition. I believe the Blu-ray is identical to the... Yeah, no, it's identical on the inside, again, but it's just nice. It's orange, it's very thematic. It works with the color palette of the film, so that's really nice. Yeah, looks cool. This is probably one of the best slipcases we have, Metropolis. The inside, it's actually quite thick as well, because there's a book in there, which actually, to my knowledge, doesn't actually come with the film. It's quite a large book. I believe that it came with the DVD version that my dad got. Because this one's my dad's. But it comes with the restored version of the Blu-ray, which is a gorgeous cover. Not much in terms of on its back cover, because it still is just a regular kind of thing of all the little details, but it's a nice poster. And ultimately a very beautiful film. I really like this slipcase. I believe this actually is the DVD slipcase, but because we still have our DVD version, but of course the Blu-ray goes inside. So this is actually a DVD slipcase, which is disappointing, but at the same time, I mean, I wouldn't be disappointed by that, would you? This is a beautiful steelbook, a beautiful slipcase, nice backdrop as well. So, yeah, actually it might also... Yeah, DVD version. Eureka Cinema. Who would have thought it? This is the new one I got. Again, Arrow Video, which I plan to do a video on later as well. This is the new 4K remaster. Comes with the poster and the book and the original artwork variation, plus of course the new artwork variation. Gorgeous film. Very good. Next up we have Night of the Living Dead. This is the Criterion remaster. Again, very similar to Eraserhead, except of course you've got zombies instead of weird kooky images. It does come with 2 discs, in fact. So when you open up, it comes with its poster, and you've got 2 different discs, which is quite cool. The poster itself is of the little girl, but it does have an essay on the back, so as much as I'd like to put it up on the wall, I still like the idea of having the essay to be able to read as well, which is nice. Paprika. Same on the inside and the outside, but a really nice cover, like, really variates what you have in terms of all the different characters and stuff, and even the back is quite nice. This is double play, so it's Blu-ray and DVD. This is another unique slipcase, Picnic at Hanging Rock. Again, Criterion. It comes with the book, which is unique, but it comes with the actual novel that the film is based on. But it comes with an inside, which is really quite gorgeous, and it comes with 3 discs, including the DVD of the film and a booklet, which I actually got signed by John Jarrett. So this is what I meant by Beyond Genres. So this is The Quiet Earth, which is a New Zealand film. Still has a nice exterior, but this is the inside. Like, it's a whole poster, but then it still has all the character things. And that's actually kind of mild spoilers. That's like the last shot of the film. It's really cool. It does have an alternate slip inside that you can change to if you prefer, which matches more of the actual slipcase, but still has complete variation. So these ones are really well designed. These are by Umbrella Australia, Umbrella Entertainment. The only problem is because it's in kind of collection, it's just a little irritating. If it just said Beyond Genres, that'd be fine, but because it's volume 6, and I got volume 3, and I got volume 2, but I don't have volume 1, because volume 2 is later on. We'll get there. Next up is a DVD double collection. This is the Army of Darkness double, which just has like a cut-out version of Ash. It comes with every version of the film. Director's cut and theatrical cut, Blu-ray and DVD of each, and the DVD of the television version. It's good stuff. Next up we have Spider-Man. Of course, these are all in my Sam Raimi collection. This is a uniquely different cover, which is nice. Not much on the back, it's just outside of a booklet. The back just tells you what is in each film, pretty much. So it's nice. It has good variation. Shows you all the different characters. Our favourite one being the Sandman, of course, because Sandman is good and dramatic treasure character. Good stuff. This is what I mean by the annoying factor of having slipcases is Ash vs. Evil Dead, Season 3. Season 1 doesn't have it, and to be more honest, this is the back of Season 1 cover of the Blu-ray. But then you look at the back of Season 3, and because this is the Season 3 case, this is the Season 3 case. This is the Season 3 inside case, which is really cool, actually. That's the back of it. Why doesn't it match? Like, I can understand why the front doesn't match, but this is the back from Season 1. I don't really know why it's like that, so it's kind of annoying. But there you go. Oh, yeah. Raw, which is a French kind of horror film. Similar kind of covers, but not really, and I like the distinctly different slipcase as well. This is a very interesting film. Very good. If you don't like cannibalism, maybe avoid it. Another Beyond Genres, this is Razorback. Again, regular kind of setup with a cool front and then a really cool inside. Like, that is quite the wallpaper. It has like a miniature version of it on the inside as well. I'll show you that first. So that's the inside, which is interesting. But this is the outside. Yeah. It's fun. Interesting film. Again, Aussie horror film. So, yeah, very unique casing. Unfortunately, again, Volume 4. And I say Volume 4 because this is Volume 2, which is Bride of Reanimator and Beyond Reanimator. This being the double feature version, which isn't too bad. You've got that cover, you've got the Bride of Reanimator. The reason why is because Volume 1, which again still slipcase, is of course just Reanimator. So this is like a double case cover because that's the Beyond. I think that's the Bride of Reanimator actually on the inside there, and the other one is like Beyond Reanimator. I haven't actually seen Beyond Reanimator yet, but I have seen Reanimator and Bride of Reanimator. I have Reanimator on its 4K remaster by Arrow Video. I'll show that in my Arrow Video collection at some stage. I think it's in one of my 4K remaster collection videos as well, so it's just a much different cover. I got that well before these were released. Then we have the Rocky collection. This one's also bold and shiny. Very nice. Bold and shiny. This has two different variations of the covers on the inside, which is really cool. It gives you Rocky 1, 2, 3 with not much on the back, and Rocky 4 through 6 with the bonus disc. It's a nice collection. Very good. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the remastered 4K version of Rocky, so I've actually I had that one already, but I wanted to get the collection, so I put the disc of it into here and got rid of that case. It's somewhere at the back of this shelf kind of thing, you know. Ronin. This is the Arrow 4K remaster. Not much on the back. Interesting cover. Same deal on the inside as well. These were like originally when Blu-rays were being released in Australia. We had these limited edition comic book covers. This one's for Serenity, the movie sequel to what do you call it? Firefly. Then it has the original cover, which is still vastly different, but still similar enough. That's pretty shitty. But the rest of it's really cool, and because I liked the TV show, I got this. I wanted to get all these limited edition covers because I can get it for like Doom and a couple of movies. I have a few, which I'll get to later, but at the same time, I really only got the films that I liked. Then we get into our Spielberg collection with E.T. on 4K. I don't think the inside is the inside's the same. It's just a slipcase. But it's nice and shinier. I like that with 4Ks. They're shinier. It's shiny. One of our last Beyond Genres ones. This is Spirits of the Air, Gremlins of the Clouds, which is an Aussie one. Again, the same kind of deal on the inside and the outside. But then you have this really long cover. Well, you got that poster on the inside, which is really weird. And then you got that on the outside, which is actually like a shot from the film. What do we have on the inside? Not much. It's pretty much the same thing, but just two different shots. This one's really cool. I like this film a lot. It's very slow paced, but really cool, especially for an Australian film. It's pretty good indeed. This is one of the first Blu-rays I got. In fact, it was one of the first slipcases I got. This is Star Trek: The Next Generation. This even comes with a before and after look at the first season. I don't know how different the... Alright, so the inside-outside cover, it's the same. It just happens to have a slip cover. I've never gotten the rest of the show on Blu-ray. I don't know why. It's a good show. This is another one that's same on the inside and outside. This is Wes Craven's Swamp Thing by 88 Films. It's not bad. It has a little booklet on the inside as well, but not really much in terms of a different cover. So it's just kind of uniquely that. Still, it's not bad. This one I just did a review for, A Tale of Two Sisters. Very nice decorated box set. Slipcase. Criterion looking case. We've also has the people on the inside. It's hard to see with the lack of light. Yeah, you can't really see it. You've just got two characters on the inside there as well. So it's really interestingly designed. Very good film as well. This is the special edition version. Check out my review for it. I go into more detail at the film and the case with a better look and feel of it all, as well as a link to where you can get it. Before I get into my last of my Blu-rays, just one I thought it'd be fun to show off. Look, it's my Scooby-Doo Where Are You? Complete first and second season on DVD. Same inside-outside look, but still fun slipcase indeed. It's good stuff. Then we go to... This is stuff that either is in the latter half of my collection or I haven't actually put it away yet. So this is a new one, Blair Witch Double Pack. I got this for $15. It was either this or the first one by itself, which I don't think came in a slipcase. This one wasn't even meant to come in a slipcase. It's one of those ones that came in plastic and had a slipcase on top. But I figured, hey, 2 for the price of 1. And to contrast that, Old Boy, the Arrow remaster. This is, again, same inside and outside pretty much deal. Beautiful film, beautiful remaster. Well worth it, definitely. Next up, we have The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. This is a very interesting film. It's like, I don't know, it's very hipster in a way. I don't think the back is very different. No, it's all the same stuff. But the outside's very glossy and shiny. I think that's why my dad keeps rewatching it, because it's glossy and shiny. This is another new one. Shadow. I like the cover a lot. I think the original poster was a lot cooler, but I want to get the 4K, and I want to make sure I got the 4K. So it's the same deal on the inside and outside, but it's a very nice cover, and slipcase was well worth it. Next up is Troll. This is the Troll Complete Collection with, has the whole back as well. I don't think it's much different on the inside. Oh, actually it is. Oh my god, that is very different. Has a completely different poster on the inside. So, two different posters. Very interesting double collection. This has Troll and Troll 2, I believe, and the best worst movie documentary, which goes into how Troll 2 is considered one of the best worst movies of all time. So, very unique, but I very much like this Eureka version. Then onto this Arrow video, we have 12 Monkeys. This one's same on the inside and outside. 4K remaster, very, very attractive. Then we have Vikings. This one's interesting. So, season 3 onwards has slipcases. Really nice slipcases, especially with that outside. It's the same on the inside as well. But you got the very prominent V, which you can see there. Season 4, Volume 1 also has all the characters, and it's the same on the inside and outside pretty much. This one also comes with an exclusive, what do you call it? Actually comes with a script for the first episode of the season, which is really cool. Then you've got Vikings Season 4, Volume 2, where it's, again, another slipcase. And again, they look identical on the inside. But again, the slipcases are cool. And then it starts to get really, really interesting. Season 5, Volume 1, this is golden slipcase. Again, identical on the inside, which is, it starts to get disappointing in a way. But then you open it up. Oh, hear that? Velcro. Yeah. That's cool. So, it's not the first one I've had like this, but it's very nice. And then lucky last in the collection is Season 5, Volume 2. Not as fancy schmancy, but still the same kind of deal. No Velcro thing like Season 5, Volume 1 did, but still really cool. Now we're down to our last lot. We have Witchfinder General. Same kind of cult cinema aspect with the same kind of poster on the inside. Wicker Man, the final cut. A lot shinier. Don't exactly approve of all the stickers, Vault of Horror and free disc set and everything. Same stuff on the inside pretty much. But it's nice and shiny, so it's nice. It's got all three versions of the film, the theatrical, director's cut, and the final cut. So, yeah, if you want to get the version, I'll get this one. And now into our lucky last, we have Wanted, which was that action film that came out a while ago. So it's a different inside and outside cover, again, when they were first bringing out Blu-rays to really entice you into it. Look, an exclusive limited edition cover. It's not limited edition for special features, just for the cover. Then we have X-Men The Rogue Cut, which I believe is the same on the inside, yes. Not much variation to it, it's just all the characters. But it has this. It's not Velcro per se, but it's still an open-up booklet, which is really cool. And again, just brags about more of the characters. And then we're down to our last three. We have Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Again, comic book cover. The inside actually varies. It is the regular Blu-ray cover. So that's really cool. These are all... This is a JB exclusive. Then you have Shaun of the Dead. With its original cover, which isn't bad. I like it. I like it a lot. One of my favorite. This is actually my first Blu-ray. I think this was my first Blu-ray alongside Hot Fuzz. My dad bought me these two for my birthday like over a decade ago. That has a bit of a different cover, but for the most part it's the same deal. And they're just nice. I love these films. For the most part, that's my slipcase collection. I believe I have some DVDs that have some nice slips as well, but for the most part, they're DVDs. They're hard to get out. But yeah, so if you like that video, feel free to like, share, and subscribe for more. I have director's collections, box set collections, all kinds of stuff in a playlist that's somewhere now on screen, hopefully. I will be filming and releasing a Steelcase collection, an Arrow video collection, and I hope to do... I might do a Eureka, but probably not collection. It depends on how many I have. And probably not this year, but definitely early next year we'll be having my Criterion collection. So stay tuned for that. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe for more. subscribe for more of that stuff, you know. You don't know when it'll come out. I know when it will come out, but you don't. Alright, so yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time. Adios.